Well, I can go back to the just at the kind of the beginning when I went to an AA meeting about a month ago, when I was having a very serious grief episode, which I now know was due to the tumor. And I shared at this meeting, and I said very forcefully, I want love in my life. And then I drove to the suburban hospital, and then all this started. And subsequently, that was, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Subsequently, because of my disability, I've had to fall back on my thoughts, my inner resources, primarily my Christian faith. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about Christ and what he came to do for the world. And he came to serve. And he offered forgiveness and all the great things that he did. And it wasn't a deep, serious analysis, but it was, several things came up. How can I turn this into an opportunity? This is, how do I let this experience transform my life, transform my person? And I began to think about the need for service, which was to give. And shortly before this happened, I have a neighbor named Jim Bennett, and I can't explain it, but whenever I had any leftover clothes or golf balls, or whenever I had something I didn't need, I always took it over to him and I said, "Do you want this?" And I wasn't feeling like I was the Good Samaritan or anything like that. I just started giving things to people. And what I want is to make people happy. And I want to give them kindness. One of the interesting things was that shortly before this happened, I had a blind date with a woman, and we exchanged some emails, and she sent a very nasty email to me. Blunt, like up yours kind of thing. And I responded by writing her an email about kindness. And I started the email by saying something like, once the Dalai Lama was asked what his religion was. And he responded by saying, kindness. And I went on to explain that to this woman, that her response to me and asking her why she didn't say what she needed to say to me with kindness. I never heard from her. But the notion of kindness has been very much in my mind, because the world is in chaos because there's so little kindness. And the thing that has been so wonderful to me are people that have come to visit me and the kindness that I feel. And I want to return that. I want to be a kind person. I want to make somebody happy.
Can you tell him about Robert?
I was in the nursing home, and I'm glad to say that's in the past. That was really horrendous. And there seemed to be so little kindness in the nursing home. And there was a man named Robert who has dementia, and he was warbling on and on and on through the night. It was hard to sleep because he was right opposite my room.
You were actually in a quad together.
And some of the aides in the nursing home would come in and they'd abruptly slam open the curtain unannounced. And anybody would normally be, startled by this. And very few of them really talked to him while they went in to wash him. And he didn't know what they were doing. He didn't know who they were. And so when he started getting very agitated, I understood. I understood that. And it didn't bother me, because if I were in his shoes, I would have been startled too, and especially in his condition.